Hey Amanda. So normally we would go ahead and give you a walkthrough of our building, but seeing as how COVID doesn't make that really so possible, I'll do the next best thing and we'll take this video tour instead. So here we're at, again, we're grades 4 through 8, and in addition to that we have a charter school that goes grades 6 through 8. Overall enrollment about 375. All right, come take a look. But before we go into the building, let me take a minute to orient you with the surrounding area. So this is a map of the Nekoosa School District boundaries. The bulk of the students come from Nekoosa itself, which is right in here. However, the next biggest population center in our district is right here in the town of Rome. This is known as the Lakes. People generally, there's several houses right around Lake Arrowhead and Lake Camelot, and there is also several golf courses all throughout here. This one right here, Sand Valley Golf Course, is a very high-level golf course that just came into the area a couple years ago, and PGA quality, and that is what this area is very well known for. So we have a bunch of students who are coming from this area and a bunch in this area. Now certainly there's also students who live over as far down as Armenia and various places over here, but this is the large area. So here's an aerial view of Nekoosa, and you can see that our schools play fairly prominently in it. These are the 3 schools in our district. Humke Elementary School is a K-3 school, then Alexander Middle School runs 4-8, and then Nekoosa High School sits right in the middle. Our district office is just to the south of Humke Elementary. If you zoom out a little bit more, you'll see this large tract of land. This is right around here. This is a school forest that is attached to our school area. Now, if we're going to go ahead and take a look at Alexander Middle School itself, you'll notice that it's laid out somewhat like a hand. So each one of these are different grade wings. This is grade 8, grade 7, 6, 5, and 4, with the library being right here in the middle. So the office is here, the gymnasiums are here, music wing is right around here, and best for last, the art rooms. Let's go ahead and jump in the building and take a closer look. So as we walk through the main doors, right off to the side here is our main office. Now, you've been in enough offices, I bet, in your lifetime that you don't need me to walk you through one more. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and head down to where your room will be. So I decided to go ahead and bring a ringer in. So this is Amy Reardon. She is the art teacher who has now moved on to 6th grade and social studies, but she knows this place much better than I do, so I'd like to go ask her to do some of the talking here. So here we go.
All right, come on in. I'd like to give you a tour. So first of all, you can see that there's all kinds of wonderful storage here for paper, student folders, and whatnot, and it's sliding storage, which makes it especially nice. As you come into the room, you can see it's a beautiful space with natural lighting. All right, come on in and take a look at the kiln room. In here you can see that we have not one but 2 kilns that are shared between the 2 teachers, as well as a wonderful space for glazes, molds, and storage. In the back of the room here we have what was originally designed to be a computer station, and right now it's mostly used for independent student work and also for the light tables. We have several light tables that students oftentimes will ask to use back here. Come on in and take a look at this amazing storage room. Filled with resources, materials, art materials, anything you could imagine. You could probably find it in here. All right, so I'm going to give you a little idea of what the schedule is like. I taught grades 6 through 8 and also the STEM Academy. And for 6th grade, the students this past year, they had art for 1 quarter and they had it every day. The 7th grade was an every other day, and I had 1 class for 3 quarters and the other class for 2 quarters, and that was met every other day. The 8th grade was a quarter class as well. At the end of my day, I had extensions class, and that was a class where we could explore whatever the student interests were. Some of the things that we did in that were investigations on the iPad. We took a look at different games, the students took a look at environmental concerns. We also did something in the community, and that was called the Kindness Rock Project, where students would paint rocks, and then we would take the school van out into the community and they would hide them for people to find.
One additional part of your day is how we start it. So with the first 25 minutes of every day starts in an advisory. That's a chance to build community, chance to be able to make connections and learn a lot of social skills. So one aspect of our advisory is every day I create a morning video. It runs generally about 4 to 5 minutes. And it's fairly eclectic, but usually it's focused on here's some things to think about. Here's something to grow, set your mindset correctly with it. And then oftentimes the advisories build around that or go a different direction. And, Amy has had one of these that she's taught for, the last couple of years in doing that. And the way we'd be setting up next year is each grade would be split into 3 advisories, 3 groups, but with 2 teachers each. It's our intention to go ahead and pair whoever we hire with this together with Amy, and you would go ahead and teach that together. So anything you'd want to talk about advisory, your experience there?
Well, we oftentimes try to expand on whatever Mr. Black has covered in the videos. We work oftentimes on virtues or social skills in advisory, and just the building of community, playing games. Sometimes we invite other advisories to come in, and we might lead an activity for them to follow. A couple of things that we did in my advisory this past year was we led some dances. So in order to prepare the 6th graders for their very first upcoming dance, we led a couple of dances for the other students to follow.
Now, as our tour moves to other parts of AMS, here's the second art room. You can get here through moving through the kiln room you saw earlier. Now, as you head out this art room door, you'll be able to see that you're right by the passageway that leads to the main entrance and the office. So if you can remember from our exterior shot, at AMS, all of the grade levels radiate off in wings from the central area, and the grade level number is written right above the hallway. Now, you've probably seen enough hallways for your liking at this point, so here's what one of our classrooms looks like. So now you've seen how our hallways work as a circle around the center of the hub, let me introduce you now to the center of that hub. Through those windows you'll see on the left, we have a couple computer labs. Beyond just the regular library functions, this is a great space for hosting student grade level meetings as well as our faculty in-service training. And as we step out of the library, this brings us right back to the main entrance. So now I'm back by the office where we started. Again, this whole building is a bit of a circular go-around, and it makes it easy to get from one place to the other. Now, there's other parts to our building too, our cafeteria, our gyms. However, right now those are closed. Well, they're being used right now with various childcare that's happening through the summer. And so because the kids don't know me, I don't want to go in there and spook them out with a video camera. So anyways, that is our quick turbo tour of Alexander Middle School. And if you have any questions, I'd be glad to hear them at the interview or when I talk to you on the phone. All right, you take care.